Okay, so story number two. I substitute teach some at a local school. And one day I was substituting for a woman who has a group of kids, and she goes into the classroom and just assists them there. And so the teacher of the class was is I've been in that room a few times with him, and he always asks a specific student for the joke of the day, and she always has a joke prepared and several jokes prepared. But one of them I remembered. I'm not usually good at remembering jokes, but the joke was, why should you always knock on the refrigerator before opening it? And the answer is because you might see the salad dressing. Okay, so the other night I was laying in bed with my son, and I was sleeping, and he grabs a hold of this small section of hair like this big, and he tugs one, two, three, like that, which is very weird. And I woke up, and the dog came over and licked my hand. He wanted out. And a lot of times when the dog does that, he usually sleeps through the night just fine, but once in a while he'll get up in the middle of the night and want out. And a lot of times when he licks my hand, it's when I have had a dream, and it alerts me to the dream. I wake up and I know, I can remember it, and I go and journal it. So because of those experiences, I thought, okay, Lord, is there something you want to say to me? And I listened, and he said, yeah, I want you to go look at the refrigerator. So I'm out looking at the refrigerator, and I'm looking at the calendar on the refrigerator. I'm looking at pictures on the refrigerator, and then I decided to open the refrigerator. So what I see is a Topps salad dressing, and the wrappers unraveling, just hanging off of it. I'll post a picture because I took a picture of it, and I just started laughing because I've told that joke a couple times. That it was a funny joke to me, and I told it a couple times to some people, and so I'm like, Lord, are you being funny right now? And my human side, or my flesh is just like, did I see this? And I'm somehow creating this story in my mind. But when I got up, before I went out to the refrigerator, I did go to the bathroom and look at the clock, and it was 1:23. So he tugged my hair 1, 2, 3 times, and the clock was 1:23. And so I'm just like, nah, this is the Lord. And so I get back in bed, and I'm like, I had just gone through this whole experience that was actually really difficult to process. He's been giving me messages, but this one day it was very different, and it was like a very prophetic thing, which people have told me since. It's like prophet stuff. Like I had to act out this whole thing, and I'll explain that in another message, because that's going to be a longer video. And I didn't understand it. I didn't understand how it concluded. I had some serious doubts about all of this. I was in a dark place. And so when he did that joke, it just really lightened my spirit. And I was just laughing with him. And I get in bed, I'm like, did you really just make a joke with me? Like, you can laugh right now. I guess if you can laugh, I can laugh. And I'm just laying there, and my son laughs in his sleep. And I wasn't laughing out loud, I was just laughing inside. And I just prayed. I'm like, Lord, did you just tell me a joke? And my son laughed in his sleep. So that's story number two. So going along with that, the prophetic experience that I had, I was just kind of praying about some of it, and it had to do with sunflower seeds. And I was just asking about that. And I woke up, it teaches me a lot in the night, gives me a lot of words in the night. I don't know if anybody else experiences that, but a lot of revelation comes through at night, and I have to get up and journal different things. And what came to me was, get up and look under your bed. You'll find a book. In the book, there's a letter. Open the letter. And I went back to sleep, and I kind of forgot about it. And then midday, that came back to me. I'm like, oh yeah, there's a book I need to look for. And my son, he has a bookshelf, but it's full. So some of his favorite books I keep under his bed. And so I looked there first, and I didn't see any books with letters under it. And then I remembered a few nights ago, something fell off of the nightstand, and I knew it was a book, but I didn't really understand like why it fell off. And I had that thought, so I went and I looked, and under the bed skirt was a book, and it's this book. And I'll post some pictures up close, but it's called Destined for the Throne, A New Look at the Bride of Christ. And a friend had given this to me when I first returned to the Lord a little over a year ago. And I've read about 100 pages of it. It's a really good book, but I've been into other things and it's kind of forgot about it. But in the book was a letter, and I was in this envelope, and it's this letter. It's a tax form from 2022, just for school taxes. And so I open it, and I had been researching about the sunflower seeds and like when they bloom here and all this stuff. And I'll post pictures. Maybe somebody will see something more that I didn't see. But I saw the dates, August 31st, October 31st. So it's kind of the season of sunflowers where I live. So I just thought, that's interesting. I wonder if that's what he's wanting me to see in this letter. And so I circled it at the bottom, but it's also the top. And so I put that away. With the story with a refrigerator, it was 1:23 in the morning, and I was thinking, was it salad dressing? Was it undressing? And then I was thinking 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. And I am going to have to go to another video. This is getting too long. All right, so part 3 coming up.